Treble Radio, that is Deep Purple, of course, the song Space Truckin', Hatriot. Before that, Forest of Illusion. And we are live right now, my good friends from the band Misfire. We've got the vocalist Tim and James on drums. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? What's up? Thanks for having us.
Man, I've been following you guys on Facebook, your tour with Exodus. That looked awesome, right? What a great tour.
Yeah, life-changing, man. It was so cool. All the guys took great care of us. They're as cool as you think they would be, and it was the time of our lives for sure.
Oh, man.
3 weeks ever, man. Yep.
Wow, yeah, that's got to be the best tour ever. How do you top that one for our next tour? I mean,
I don't know. We'll see what we get, right? But
awesome.
That was a great way to start the record cycle for this new album.
New album is called
Product of the Environment.
Product of the Environment, which is really hitting lately, right? With the crazy stuff going on in the world.
Oh, yeah. That's what we are, man. We're a product of our environment, our world. Yep.
How did you come up with that title, Product of Environment?
Well, that's it. We are a product of the environment. This CD is a product of the environment. And we are a reflection of what's going on in society, and this is our answer back to the world right now. This is our anthem. This is our series of anthems that we have.
So James, let's see that CD again. Let's get it on Facebook Live here. If you're listening on the radio, you can't see this, but very cool, great cover. Whose idea was the cover art?
That was I'm pretty sure that was my concept idea. Just having the robots and the AI stuff. Because we're seeing a lot of that, on Facebook, and AI is everywhere now. So the idea was to essentially tap into that a little bit, and we went with this guy Rick, that our bass player found, to look at our work, and I think it kind of represents each of the songs pretty well, and it's just that classic, classic thrash metal look overall. So we dig it.
That's awesome. So it came out what day? Like a couple weeks ago?
That was May 2nd. Yeah, man. It's
May 2nd, a month ago.
Over a month old now, man.
So what a great start.
On Monarch Heavy, MNARKheavy.com. We're in good company. We got Black Label Society.
Oh, yeah.
There, Judas Priest, and fucking, it's pretty cool, man.
Now, I just read today that they bought Prosthetic Records. You guys hear about that yet?
Yeah. Our good friends Mulder.
Mulder, yeah.
We're going to be homies now.
Your Mabel Lace. That's cool. So, and that's where Lamb of God got their start, was Prosthetic Records. And then, of course, they got bought out, whatever. But, so very cool. So the new album's out May 2nd. You guys, right when the album comes out, you do a great tour with Exodus. I saw a lot of videos, saw a lot of pictures. I was following you guys on Instagram and Facebook. What a fun time. You had Gary Holt's birthday that one night, right?
Yeah, Gary Holt's birthday. We had Lee's birthday as well. And we got to sing these guys happy birthday on stage, man. Like, pretty wild.
So you got to go on stage. I saw that too. So very cool. What a great start for the band Misfire. For the not start for you guys, but for the new album coming out. It comes out, and you guys are on tour with Exodus. Couldn't have been better. So you're selling CDs and merch at the tables, of course, right? At the shows.
Yeah, we got a bunch of different designs, and we got the first record. We got this record on vinyl and CD. We have the first record on tapes. It's looking like this record's doing pretty good, so we might do tapes for the new record as well if there's a demand for that. But right now we got the vinyl, we got hoodies, we got all the things, patches, all that good stuff.
What is next? So you just got off tour with Exodus. What's the plan next for the band Misfire? I know you just played in Pilsen last week. How was that?
Well, we actually did a music video there. Yeah, we're gonna have a new music coming out for a song called "All Over the Place." Yeah, we shot a new music video up there, man. We didn't advertise it too much, but we knew it was gonna be a good show. And if you know anything about that audience up there, they're fucking rowdy. So it was like the perfect audience to get, badass underground vibe going on. You threw a GoPro on a kid and he crowd surfed in there. It's not the biggest venue, you know what I mean? But it's going to be a sick video.
Now I saw the last video. We're going to play a video with our buddy from Exodus now singing, Rob Dukes, right?
Yeah.
He's back in Exodus and he sings a song with you guys. How did that develop? Was that Frank? Because Frank manages you guys in Exodus. Was it your idea? What happened?
It was actually Costa. Costa became friends with him at one of the metal fests, the Milwaukee Metal Fest, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And they were just texting because we were going to do a thing with Generation Kill a while back, and that tour got canceled. So we were in close contact with Rob, and Costa just asked him before we even knew about the Exodus thing. We just asked him if he wanted to do a feature on our record, and he said. So it just turns out that he's in Exodus again.
So you asked him.
We asked him before he joined.
Yeah, before he rejoined
Long
Exodus.
before he even knew he was going to be an Exodus, so it all just like worked out it was very funny how it worked out, man.
Yeah, and then Frank gave us, gave the call over to Gary and hooked up the tour and everything. But yeah, it was just one of those things, man. It was just like coincidence and all the right ways. It worked out.
And you guys looked like you got along great with Exodus. I mean, looks like you were best friends forever. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, Rob came up and sang that song with us several times. It was great.
Awesome.
Costa went up and played. He played Blacklist with them a couple times. Like, yeah, it was sick.
That's killer.
The guys in Havoc were great also. That was the other band on the bill. And between
Havoc,
Exodus and Havoc, man, and the crews and everybody involved, everyone was just super cool. Not one jerk on the tour. Everyone was awesome, and everybody got along great. And that's what keeps rock and roll going, you know.
What a great thrash tour. Exodus, Misfire, Havoc on tour, going through the East Coast, right? East Coast. Where else you go?
Went all over. It was
all over the place.
The tour started in Arizona. We did a bunch of places. Oklahoma. Fucking.
We did some areas.
It's all over.
And we did some areas that don't get hit too often, like Grand Junction, Colorado, which
That's
is
cool.
like an hour and a half outside of like Moab, Utah, and stuff. So kind of some areas that don't get too many metal shows.
Yeah.
Got some metal shows on this run, man.
Birmingham, Alabama, Asheville, North Carolina.
Cool.
Asheville was sick.
Beautiful area and great metal scene, great people, and just a fucking awesome venue. The Orange Peel. Awesome
So
place.
what was the best show for Misfire? The most crowd reaction? What would you say the best show for you guys?
And every night was killer.
The Form of Horror Tour 2025. That was the best night. Every single fucking night.
Every night, awesome.
Yeah.
Oklahoma was insane.
Yeah.
Because we ended up playing at a smaller venue than anticipated, but it was just freaking packed, and every single person was into it. It was wild.
I think that was the most age diverse audience to it. I mean, there were fucking 15-year-olds there and for people in their 70s. It was awesome. It was all ages at that one for sure.
This is Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson talking to Misfire. We got James on drums. We got Tim on vocals. You guys go way back. Work with the Forge together. We always see you. We go to the casino afterwards and hang out after the show. How did Tim end up coming in the band? You brought Tim in the band, what, like 2 years ago? Sound about right?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay.
I got the call on the 4th of July, actually. So the 4th of July is the 3-year anniversary of me getting the phone call.
So you get a phone call and you say, what do you tell him, Jim? You say, hey, we need a singer?
I said, hey, it's not working out with our other guy, and you have a very similar voice and have known you for a long time. We've been wanting to write music forever. I mean, I've known Tim. We've known each other since high school days, and he was always in other bands and I was in other bands. And there's been several times where we had beers and said, what the hell? Why aren't we writing music together? So we had the perfect opportunity. The other guy didn't work out, and I'm like, hey, I got a spot for you. Got to play guitar, just sing.
You come and sing, because you play guitar too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I was enjoying the 4th of July that day a little bit and had a couple of beers, and I get the call, hey, do you want to come audition for this band? Have 2 songs down, in less than 48 hours. So I'm just like, why is everyone letting me drink? I got the most important audition of my life coming up. What the fuck is it?
Wow.
It was funny timing, but yeah, man, it was like maybe 6 weeks after that audition that we actually hit the road for the first run. We went out with Warbringer and Heathen. We did 19 dates with those guys, and it was
and you also had a tour with Cradle.
It came together fast, but it came together right.
Real fast. You also played with Cradle Filth for a little bit too, right, on tour? Cradle Filth or no? Yeah, right?
No, we actually didn't end up doing that right.
Okay, that one didn't go. Okay. That's what led to the switch? Is that what led to the switch then? On vocals?
The switch happened a little bit after that.
Okay.
There were some issues going on, and we just had to take care of it. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, I would have loved to do that tour, but some things happen.
That might come in the future. So Jim, how is the writing for Misfire now with Tim singing compared to before, or are you just writing the same? What do you start? The guitar riff and drums jamming together. How's it start?
Usually, generally speaking, I come up with the riff and I come up with the drums immediately. It kind of flows together because I've been doing this for so long. And then, for the most part, with the riff comes either an idea of how the song will be how the lyrics will kind of fit in. There'll be a vibe, so I'll catch the vibe. However, there's a lot of influence now. That's a lot different from the previous lineup because I don't have to consider every single riff and line it up with the lyrics so that way the guy can play it. Tim can sing anything because he doesn't have to play the guitar. You know, he can go off and do his other things, and that's one of the biggest differences that I think on this record is the lyrics don't always follow the guitar riff now.
Cool.
Before it was kind of just locked in with the guitar riff.
Okay.
And now there's room for it to open up. So bass and guitar are kind of locked in together. The drums are doing what they usually do, but now the vocals have a little bit more room to breathe. So it helps create a bigger, wider sound. It helps with the choruses. It helps with making things more dynamic. So from the start, it's the same process. It's just riff, song, and then you figure out where the lyrics go and where the vocals go. But now Tim can kind of, do what he wants. The singer can do what he wants now because he's not locked in with the guitar necessarily, So it's definitely a nice addition having someone that just sings.
Cool. Tim, did you write all the lyrics for this new album, or did you have help from the band?
Oh, definitely not. This is a group effort.
Group effort?
Jim and Dan, our bass player, took a lot of the lyrics on it, but there's our song "We Went Through Hell." I put a little bit of my chime in the chorus on that one. The song "All Over the Place," which is the one we just shot the video for. I did all of the lyrics and the vocal melody for that one. But for the most part, this album is a group effort, and like I said, Dan and James took a lot of on writing lyrics for it. But I put my own stamp on it. So when it came time to sing them, these guys would give me demos. I'd be like, I hear what you're saying, and it's we're gonna go for that. But I'm gonna put my own fucking
Your own twist to it. Okay.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked out good.
Awesome. It's Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson hanging out on rebelradio.com, AM 1500, FM 92.5. We're talking to my good friends Jim and Tim from the band Misfire. What's the next show for you guys? What's booked?
We're working on that. Yeah, we're working on that. It's a little bit of we're taking some time right now. We're working on some new stuff while we have some time off. We're looking for a tour. Hopefully about end of summer area. We have something that we can't talk about in November.
Okay.
Awesome.
It's a sick thrash tour. It's gonna be badass.
We got a hell of a cool announcement coming, but not for a while.
The plan is to do a couple more tours this year. Hopefully get to Europe next year. We're trying to push this record because it's doing well. I mean, we sold out of everything, and they had to reprint stuff. So
that's awesome.
It's doing really good. So yeah, it's looking like hopefully next year we get to Europe, and we're definitely doing at least one or two more tours this year.
Awesome. So we got to tell the listeners right now, your fans, the listeners, get out there and buy the new Misfire, because what that does, they see numbers, you get better tours, you get better shows.
Yep.
And, everyone gets a lot of legal downloads, but I like the physical copy. I like having the lyrics on there or something, seeing some pictures or whatever. How is describe the CD for the band Misfire that just came out?
Well, I have it right here.
Okay, we got it right here. Let's open it up.
Here we go. This is the packaging. This is the CD here. It has
Cool.
all the lyrics.
All lyrics. I like that.
Everything, and it actually, when you get it out of the package here, you see, turns into a nice big Misfire poster.
That's cool.
Right.
So I'd rather have that than
And then it has all the lyrics and all like photos of us and credits and everything. It's super cool packaging. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out.
I would much rather have the poster and the lyrics and stuff instead of getting a free download, and the band doesn't get credit for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might get a spin on Spotify.
You get credit for the stream, sure, but
The stream.
It's way cooler to have the physical copy. I think, yeah.
Yeah, support the bands. I mean, especially after 2020, we're still catching up after that with those shows going on. Now, Jim, you also do lights for the Forge, of course, and a lot of other bands. You were doing lights. Were you playing drums with Misfire and then doing lights for Exodus on tour? Is that how it works?
Yeah, lights for. So basically, I get off the bus, I walk in, I assess the situation, I program all the lights for like 3 hours or so, and then I set my drums up, and then I do sound check for the band, and then I go get something to eat, then I play the show, and then I change my clothes, and then I do lights for Havoc, and then I, get a Red Bull, and then do lights for Exodus. It was, it was a lot.
Very cool.
And
So
then at the end of the night, of course, ends with like beverages and shots and
good
all
parties.
that stuff. So.
Awesome. So you're double.
I had to learn how to take down a drum kit on this, and I was like,
Yeah.
So you're a double.
I don't want to hear any of this. The vocalists don't help.
No, that's very rare, Tim, because a lot of vocalists don't help, but you did. That's cool.
For now.
And you work at you work at the Forge too. You work at the Forge all the time too. So you guys are always doing this stuff every day. So it's nothing new to you guys. But that's very cool. So you're double dipping. You're playing with Misfire. Then you're doing lights for Exodus. Now, are you going to be doing lights for them in the next tour they come out with, or you're not sure yet?
I would love to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, it's one of those things. They have an LD, and I was filling in for him for this tour. So if there's another situation where they need a guy, I am more than happy to do that again. And I think that the feeling is mutual, from what I understand.
Awesome. Now, who did lights for you guys?
Whoever's at the venue.
The venue. Okay,
usually because I'm teching with the guys. I would give them like a color sheet and say, hey, just go strobe crazy and just do all the things that you want. It did help being a tech because they respected our band immediately. It's like you're working with this person all day, then the guy goes and plays drums. Unless I'm an asshole, they're gonna treat us good usually. So it worked out nicely there as well.
Very cool. Let's go back to the early days of Misfire. Who thought of the name, and why'd you call it Misfire?
Okay, that's pretty simple. I was looking through, because every freaking name is taken.
It's taken now, yeah. It's hard.
It's really hard to come up with a name. So one of my favorite bands is actually Queen, and there's a song called Misfire, and I'm like, you know what? That's kind of got the vibe that I want. So it was that. It just the Queen song Misfire gave me the name, yeah.
And that name was not taken yet. And the name was not taken yet either. So that's cool, right? I mean, it's hard to find it, like you said. Hard these days.
It's a great name too. So I'm like, okay, let's get that.
Awesome.
Got the trademark on that and everything. So.
So Misfire, homegrown from Joliet area, right?
Yep.
You guys work at the Forge. You're all over. I see it shows all the time at Reggie's or wherever. So that's cool. You're always promoting. What is next? You have the tour in November. We can't say who it is yet, but it's a thrash tour. You already mentioned that. We got that in November-ish. When can you announce that? Probably another month or two, or?
Hopefully, as soon as possible. Yeah, hopefully as soon as possible. We've known about it for a while, so we're just kind of waiting on the word here. But hopefully the next month or two.
We also might in January.
Yeah, one of those boat cruise things. We'll see.
We'll see though. There was talks of that as well.
For something now, the Zoom here cut out in January. You said what you were doing? What?
Potentially one of those cruises, one of the metal cruises.
Oh,
that's like in the works.
I know which one. I might be going on that one. I went on the Mega Cruise.
Yeah. We'll see you there hopefully.
What a blast! The Mega Cruise was a blast. But the one that you're talking about, I know what you're talking about. But you don't want to say it though, right?
Sure,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm thinking about going next year, so hopefully I will and see you guys there.
All the more reason to, right? Let's party.
Tim, you do vocals, you do guitar. Who are your influences on vocals?
Shit, for the band Misfire, I try to fucking go for kind of a Phil Anselmo meets Dave Mustaine meets fucking maybe even a little bit of Lane Staley in certain parts. I'm it's just thrash metal, so it's not all rock and roll. But I also take a lot of influence from I liked Axl Rose's live voice back in in the 90s, like that scream. I like his scream a lot, I should say. Like he would hit that fucking vicious scream back in the day, and I liked that a lot. So.
All right, now we got to go to Jim. Drums. Who got you? What gave you your first drum set? Your parents buy it for you? Did you see a drummer at a show and you go, I want to play drums? How did you pick up the drums?
Yeah, actually, as a kid, I tried to play sports and stuff, and it just didn't work out for me. I was like, I tried hockey, I tried karate, I tried football, and it just wasn't working out. So my mom suggested that I start in band, and they told me that I should play the tuba. And I told my mom that, and she's like, no, you're not playing the tuba. You're playing drums. So I went back, and it's like,
Mom was right.
I can be in band, but I got to play the drums. So I got my first practice pad and a xylophone like they give you in band, and then 2 years later I got a drum set, and I found Metallica, and I got a Lars Ulrich music book and learned a bunch of that stuff, and I got hooked on Metallica for like 2 years. That's all I listened to from the age of 13 to 15. I'm like, no other band exists literally in my world besides Metallica. So I was just religiously playing Kill 'Em All through the Black Album records, just learning all that stuff, and just, oh my God, this is so crazy good. And I started playing guitar as well, and started my first band, Diamond Plate, with the first singer of Misfire, actually, Jay. Jay Johnson.
Wow.
And that's kind of how that all started. Yeah.
So Diamond Plate, I do Rebel Radio Metal Bingo at a bar called American Tap in Addison. I've been doing it for a couple of years there, Broward House before that. So, but back in the day, like 2006 to 2010, I booked the bar. It was called Legend Music Cafe. And I booked Diamond Plate on a Sunday night. Labor Day was the next day. And owners like think, there'd be 20 people show up. We had you guys and a band from California play. Were you in a band at the time, you think? Do you remember?
Yeah. That was what's the band from California? It was,
oh man, they were great guys. They were a thrash band. I booked them, and you guys played that bill. We had like a 4-band bill, and the place was packed on a Sunday.
What was that band? What was the other band?
Oh man,
they were on.
They had a label too.
Yeah, man, that was a great show. I remember that.
They were great. They were super cool guys. Great show. And the owner, after that night, the owner goes, Scott, whatever you want to do here, just do it. Book Sundays. Because at first he didn't want to do all ages Sundays. No one's going to show up on a Sunday all ages show. Yeah, they will. That's your future crowd in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So that night turned everything around there. Not that he doubted me or nothing, but he didn't think Sundays would be good. But that night, he goes, you know what, dude, you're right. Sundays are great. Because there's a whole industry on Sundays that like work at bars and restaurants and stuff. That's their Saturday night. Some of the people, you know.
Right.
Sundays and Mondays are their Saturday and Sunday. So we booked it. Man, I can't remember the name of that band. It's killing me. But I remember booking Diamond Plate. I'm like, man, it looks like Tanner from the Band News Beers on vocals. You guys kicked ass. You played Slayer, played a lot of original songs, and
that's right. We played Angel of Death back then.
Angel of Death back then, yes.
Yeah.
And what a great show! Is it called Legends Music Cafe in Addison on Lake Street? I just did Metal Bingo there last night, and now it's a different ownership. It's different. It's American Tap now it's called, but back then it was called Legends Music Cafe, and I booked a bunch of bands here, and that all ages show ended up being a great show. I remember you played drums. And you were a 3-piece right back then.
There was a lot of good photos from that show, and yeah, we had all that stuff on MySpace back then.
Yeah, back then it was MySpace. I don't think Facebook was even around back then yet.
Yeah, no.
Or no, it might have been. It was like 2006 or 7 or 8. I don't remember. Probably Facebook was just starting.
Probably 07.
Probably 07, 08. It was Diamond Plate, and I can't remember the main band, the touring band from California. Those guys couldn't have been any cooler.
I could see
I see the album cover too. Man, I just can't remember. Not Metal Onslaught. Metal.
No, I don't know.
We'll think about it when the interview's over. Yeah, you'll text me an hour later. But what a great show that was. So that's my first time seeing Diamond Plate, and you guys played my birthday show at the Metro and stuff. So that was very cool. Now we got Misfire. Support Chicago bands. Buy their CD. Buy their digital download. Buy a T-shirt. Support the bands. We need support to take it to the next level. And you guys are already doing that. Thanks to Frank from FM Entertainment as well. Thanks to Nickel Sack Jack for setting up this interview. And thanks to you guys for bringing us great music. We were playing, you guys sent me a single about a couple of weeks before the album came out. We were playing one of the Hell, right? Hell.
We went through Hell, yeah.
We went through Hell. So we're going to play that song second, but we're going to play the first song for our double dose coming up. We still got you got about 10 minutes left. You guys good?
Sure.
Okay. You got no interviews coming up right now? We started a couple minutes late. Sorry about that. So we're going to get to, I'm going to play a band from California called Too Sick to Pray coming up too. I was going to play that before the interview, but we get the interview first. So if you're from that band, keep watching this interview. We're going to play you after the 2 Misfire songs coming up. And we got tickets for some shows coming up at the Forge, which is a great venue. Great place to play. You do great lights. Tim, I see you doing everything there. Jim, you're doing stage manager, you're doing lights. You guys do everything. Load out, load in. You guys are always working the Forge.
Yeah, all of it.
It's like your home.
I was known as a runner for many years, man. I would the bands come in on a tour bus, right? But they can't take the tour bus to the gym, to Walmart or whatever, to the hotel. So, yeah, I drove some notable people in my car. I'll just say that, man.
And that's making
some of my heroes even.
That's making great contacts too for future tours and future shows and whatever too. So you guys make great contacts working at the Forge as well. It's always good to network and promote the band.
Yeah, it's very helpful being on the other side of things as well. You meet a lot of people that way for sure.
So what other plans you have to push this new release? You're talking Rebel Radio right now, pushing it. You're doing other interviews on other radio stations. What else you guys doing? You playing shows? What's the plan to promote this new album?
Well, outside of the touring stuff, I think, just the basic things like this. Yeah, we got the other video coming out. We're going to push that. There's a lot of good songs on this record. So we have like lyric videos that we're putting out. We have, Tim has a great idea maybe you could even help us with this one.
Yeah, man, we're thinking about potentially reaching out to some record stores in the area, maybe doing some in-store signings and just signing a couple of records. And if you're there, come fucking grab one.
I got an idea.
I'll make it there.
The cool,
First come, first serve, baby.
there's a cool place called Siren Records in McHenry. They have bands play there.
Okay,
I'll talk to the owner.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I'll check it out.
Sweet, man,
That's
yeah.
cool. And then and the record's right there. You sign the record, make it, play some songs. That's a good idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
do some stuff like that. Yeah, some smaller stuff while we don't have shows, just to keep things moving. The record label is doing a great job of promoting this thing, and
Absolutely.
we're beyond stoked with the way it's turning out. I mean, like I said, we already sold out of everything. They had to reprint.
That's amazing.
And, I mean, that's the great way to start the cycle. So I think they're killing it as far as the promotion goes for sure.
So, now you guys were on tour when the album came out pretty much with Exodus. Was there ever like an official release party, CD listening party night or something, like somewhere, that's an idea.
Oklahoma date, man. The one we said where people were going fucking wild. That was a Friday night. It was, like I said, May 2nd. And, yeah, those kids were insane, man. It was kind of a low ceiling in that venue. And these kids were fucking doing pull-ups on the ceiling.
Yeah,
It was
right.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Diving off of shit. And
I'm surprised the ceiling didn't come down.
Wild, man.
It was like what I would imagine like in 1985 would have been like, in a club with a thrash metal band. But we did not do a release show yet. We have not done an official release show.
If not even a release show, maybe a release party, a listening party somewhere. We used to do it at Exit a lot, or a metal night here or there, or whatever. Something to think about. I don't know. I mean, it's always good. It just brings awareness.
Yeah.
Brings awareness to the album comes out.
Probably definitely be realistically happening maybe sometime this summer, maybe in July or August.
I do have a birthday coming up, so
Oh, there you go.
we could do that kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool.
This conversation's getting me excited for something like that. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
Make it happen.
We're gonna play a double O's. How many songs are on the new release?
12, including the intro, which is actually a song that me and him played guitar on.
Oh,
so
cool.
the first track on the record is a 1.5-minute long thing that Tim came up with, and I threw some leads on it, and that's probably going to be our intro forever. It's just got the vibe that sets you off to do the show. So I mean, 12 songs. One of them's an intro, so 11 full songs.
Very cool. And now, were all the songs that are on the album, was everything that was written, or was there some songs written that didn't make the album? Because you only got a certain amount of time for a CD and vinyl. Did any songs not make the cut?
Yeah, there was 2 songs that we were considering putting on that didn't make it. That might in the future. One of them needed new lyrics, and
Okay.
the other one was a little bit too death metal. Like literally, like the chorus was a blast beat and like things like that. It just didn't really fit with the rest of the record. And since then I have 26 songs ideas for the next record.
That's
so,
a lot.
I mean, it's just kind of doesn't stop. And then Costa has, I think, at least 5 alone. So like we're more than ready for the next thing. The songs that made it on this record are on the record because they're the ones that were the most fleshed out. Simply put.
May 2nd, 2025, the release of Misfire's new album. When are you looking next time? Is it going to be 26 or for next release maybe?
I have no idea.
Depends, right?
They want to push this one for a while. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's doing good already. So I wouldn't expect another record from us till 27.
Okay.
But there could
Never
be
know.
singles. There could be an EP. There could be covers.
Cover
I mean,
song might be something we
yeah, I have a few ideas for older like 70s and 80s stuff that we could turn into like metal songs and stuff like that. So who knows? We're ready to go. If the label says, "Hey, give us a single," we'll give them a single. If they say, "Give us an album," we'll give them an album.
Either way, you'll be ready.
But this record's doing great, so we're going to focus on this for right now.
Awesome. What band would you like to tour with? Pick 2 other bands. You want to tour with?
Okay.
Would be Metallica? I'm guessing it's Metallica for Jim.
Metallica, Pantera, and
There you go. That'd be a good one.
But of course, like a Testament or Anthrax or even Prong or.
We share a label with Black Label Society, and I know they're not necessarily thrash, but I still think that'd be a fucking awesome tour, man.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
I just saw them at the Milwaukee Metal Fest, only show they did this year so far.
Yeah. I think I've seen those guys like 23 times in my life. I'm diehard Black Label Society fan, so if that one ever happens, that'd be something,
So Tim, now you play guitar on the intro. Any other songs you added any guitar with on the album, or even ideas?
Not the rest of the album. The intro is far from a thrash song. It's kind of just like a epic fucking like just intro. You know, it's different from the rest of the record. But my guitar playing is more rock and roll based. I played in some hard rock punk bands and stuff growing up, but it's just a pretty acoustic intro that takes an interesting turn and just turns into this kind of like epic intro that leads into, in my opinion, one of the most epic thrash albums to come out in a minute.
Yeah, it's just something that he wrote. Like, he was sitting in the front room here, and I'm like, what is that you're playing? Is that yours? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, it's Misfires now. We're using that.
We're taking over. So Tim, I saw you playing with a punk. Like the last couple of years, you've been playing punk. You go to New York, you play some punk clubs, doing some punk covers and stuff. And then what band did I meet you with? I remember seeing you. Man, it's a little tiny place in the South Side. What was the band before that? You had
I had a band called Comfort Scarcity for a while.
That one too. But even before that, though, I thought you had another band. I met you with.
Oh, okay, you might have saw a band called Atomize, which
That's
was
it.
with.
Yes.
The guitar player of that band is Jay Johnson, who was the guitar player singer of Misfire on the first record. So me, kind of weird. He's been in bands with Jay. I've been in bands with Jay. We've all been in bands together, but this is the lineup that's working out the best.
The best, yeah.
You know?
Dude, what a great tour. Exodus, all over the place. Get many new fans, and you already had fans based already in a lot of these places too, so that's cool.
Yeah, we had a lot of people showing up, and I was like fucking crazy. Be like, hey man, you're here for us? Yeah. I'm like, well, that's a good feeling.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
So, but what a great way to start. The album comes out May 2nd. You're on tour with Exodus for 6 weeks? No. How long was the tour?
It was a 3-week run, but man,
3-week run.
Like,
3-week run. That's a good one. So, and you sold out of everything. That's even better. You can't ask for
very well, man.
You can't ask for much more than that. You sold out of everything.
Nope.
Great crowds every night. You cool guys to deal with. A lot of bands, you guys know this. A lot of bands headliners, hey, don't give the opening act the full sound. Don't let them do the fog. Don't let them do this part of the lights. I'm guessing the Exodus was super cool, and you did whatever you wanted, probably.
Yeah, there were no restrictions whatsoever.
That's awesome.
Just go do it. Well, you know what? They kick ass every night. So
They
got nothing to worry.
They got nothing to worry about. But a lot of bands, you guys know this because you work at the Forge and you've been on tour before.
Yep.
A lot of bands say they limit the other bands on the bill,
Yep.
and sometimes I toured with Manowar and the singer from Rat. I ended up interviewing him later. I should have brought up an interview. The singer from Rat, Stephen Piercy. So I'm on tour with Stonehenge and Manowar. We're touring like Cleveland and Pennsylvania and Cincinnati. The guy didn't say a word to anybody. He just was on the bus the whole time. Came out to play for 45 minutes to an hour and went back on. I go to Manowar. I go, you guys even say hi to Stephen Piercy or say nope? Not the whole tour. He was in the bus the whole tour. So that's not cool. You got to hang out and be a camaraderie.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if everyone was cool, but like you said, yeah, there's certain.
I think back then he was
part.
partying back then, so maybe that was different too. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
still made it to his rounds and went round and round and said
yeah,
hi to everybody.
So, yeah,
Literally.
yeah. We toured for it's like 8 shows. I don't think I saw him on stage, but never saw him maybe backstage for a minute, but never talking to people. Just had a hoodie on and just disappeared. Whereas Exodus,
Yeah.
I feel the opposite. They're hanging out with you guys, watching you guys on stage, coming up on stage and jamming with you. You guys going up on stage and jamming with them. That's cool. I saw the birthday thing where they brought the birthday cake out for Gary Holt, and he's super. I interviewed him about a couple months ago. He's super cool. So what a great tour. Exodus,
Yeah, man.
Exodus and Misfire.
Amazing time.
Yeah, great time.
Guys, thank you so much for calling Rebel Radio. What do you want to say to your fans here on Facebook, on Rebel Radio, AM 1500, FM 92.5, streaming all over the world? What do you want to tell them before you go?
Thank you so very much for all the awesome support so far, and we can't wait to meet you future people who we have not yet been lucky enough to win over. But we're gonna get you. We can't, but we're gonna get you.
We'll
All
see
right.
you at the show, hopefully. And if you like what you hear on these next couple tracks that Scott's going to play, you can get this record on mnrk.com. You could come to a show and support us, and that would mean the world to us.
Awesome.
So.
Now, have you guys ever DJ'd on the radio, or you DJ'd at the Ford, probably play some songs, but ever DJ on the radio before?
No.
All right, I want you guys to both be the DJs. You're the morning team for Rebel Radio. It's Tim and Jim on mornings, Rebel Radio, and we're going to introduce this song here. with Rob Dukes from Exodus. Okay, so you're the DJs. Just add Rebel Radio in somewhere and take it away.
All right. Hey, this is Tim
And Jim.
We're from the band Misfire. You're listening to Rebel Radio. This next song's called Left for Dead featuring Rob Dukes of Exodus.
Excellent. Great job, guys. You guys start the morning show next Monday, 10 a.m., 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Later. Hang out for a while if you want.
Yeah, man. See you, Scotty.
See you later. Unfortunately, we got to turn the volume down when the vocals come in, or Facebook will take down my video for copyright crap. But here is the band Misfire, good friends of ours here at Rebel Radio. This song is called Left for Dead, featuring Exodus vocalist Rob Dukes. First half of a double dose. And to hear these songs, switch over to rebelradio.com right now. If you're on Facebook, go on your phone, your computer, your smart TV, your Roku, Rebel, iPad, whatever you got. rebelradio.com. Just click play and you can hear us anywhere in the world. Here is the band Misfire right here. Left for Dead. But unfortunately, you can't play the vocals. Sorry, Tim and Rob. But Facebook will take the video down. Not cool, Facebook. There's Rob Dukes. Switch over to rebelradio.com to hear this double dose right now. It's Rebel Radio. Misfire here. First half of a double dose. All right, like I said, I can't play the vocals because Facebook will take on this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Misfire for calling in to Rebel Radio. Great video, great song right here. Pick up the new release from the band Misfire. Here's the song Left for Dead with Rob Dukes from Exodus. First half of a double dose. To hear this double dose, switch over right now to rebelradio.com. Have a great Tuesday night. Later.